Hello, my name is Carl Cook, and I'm President Chief Technical Officer of Biocomp Systems. And what I'm going to show you today is how to create a adaptation add-in. So if I come over here to the swarm window and in Dakota, in the child window, I'm going to create one of these. It's an adapter. It's the central core of the adaptation technology for particle swarm adaptation algorithms, and it's basically what causes the parameters to change as it walks forward through your data. And Dakota comes with a few already. One is the equity controller, which is basically the bots are independent of each other, and they sense how much money they made and how much they're making now, and keep moving towards more money. And so they all kind of are like ants climbing up a mountain looking for sugar. And then there's the null adapter, which does nothing. And doing nothing sometimes is very useful. And in this case, I use it for creating what I call sentinel swarms, where the swarm is initialized evenly across its parameter space and then sits and does not do anything. And that's useful in child-parent types of swarms with swarm movers and things, which we're not going to get into. But basically, it's an adapter that does nothing. And then towards best. And that's what we're going to create again here for the video. And that is where we find the best bot, and then we step towards all the other ones towards it. And of course, the best bot's changing all the time, so everybody's running around. And so how do we create one of those? Well, we start up Microsoft Visual Studio Express 2012 for Windows Desktop, the best development environment for Dakota known to man. And create a new project. And we're going to create a Visual Basic class library. So we want to find Visual Basic and class library. And we're going to go put that into a folder. Let's create a new folder. Towards best, and select that folder, and I'm going to call this project to best, and click OK. And then we'll do a little bit of housekeeping here. First, we're going to double click on my project and set this to .NET 3.5. It's got to do a little bit of work. Then it comes back. And then we're going to set a reference to the Intellect DLL, which we have browsed to previously, so it's in our list of things to do or use. And there's another thing down here. It's called the threading. We want to turn that off. This is a little goofy. And we can save that. And then I'm going to switch this to be a 32-bit library. So I'm going to drop this down, select Configuration Manager, and go from any CPU to New, and drop this down, and make it x86, and then I'm going to make it a release library, which doesn't have any debug information in it. And so we should be good. Now I'm going to change my class to be towards best video, just for fun. And we want to inherit an adapter. So we can say that gives us a bunch of capabilities. So inherits intellect dot adaptation algorithms dot base objects dot adapter, and that gives us features functions. And we want to give this thing a name and a description, and we set that in when the object is created. So we want public sub new. That subroutine is called when the object's created, and we say name equals, and towards best video, so we can tell it from the other one, description equals I move bots towards the best. And I'm going to create some parameters just for fun so that you can see. And that's going to be a type double. and the name's going to be jiggle. That's the degree of jiggle, because we don't want to just sit still. We want to search around the best, so we want some jiggling around the best. I'm going to leave the description as a null string, empty string, and then I'm going to have that go from 0 to 1 and default to 0.5, and no, it's not optimizable because this guy doesn't get optimized anyway. And then create another one called just double, which is called step size, and no description, and I have that guy go, because we don't want to go jump on the guy. We want the best. We want to move towards it, step size. So okay, there, now we've done what we need to do. So now we're going to need to override the function that does the adaptation, and I left something off here, a comma. Thank you. So we're going to public overrides, and that gives us a list by hitting a space bar, and I want to override adapt. I'm going to take out this default behavior. Now what am I going to do? So what I'm going to do is first thing I want to do is find the best bot. So dim best as intellect.adaptation.bots.bot, and set that equal to best bot, which is a function that's built in when we inherited the adapter. It's got a little nifty function to find us the best bot, and that best bot's in the swarm. Handy. Now we want to be able to step through the swarm, the collection of bots, to adapt their parameters, and we have to create a few variables to do that. And so first of all, I'm going to go get the parameter values. So dim jiggle as double equals parameters 0 dot value, and dim step size as double equals parameters 1, because it's 0 based list of parameters. I'd like to find the guy that did that. I think they were trying to save memory. So the first thing in the list is the 0th thing. That's not exactly intuitive. Okay, so we got those parameter values, and I want to declare a couple of variables here. Dim b as intellect. I'm going to step through the bots. So I want to declare b as being a bot, and I want a random number, dim rand. I want a random number generator. So I have a jiggle. The jiggle parameter is how much of that random number that comes up is going to be applied to the jiggle. So the bouncing around the best. And then I'm also going to use dim I as integer. I'm going to use that for stepping through stuff. So I want to step through each bot and adjust its parameters. So for each b in swarm.pool, that's where the bots are. They're swimming around in a pool within the swarm, and I want to step through each of the parameters. I equals 0 to b dot parameters dot count minus 1. I want to step through those, and I'm using this I index thing to index through because I want to be able to reach to the best bot and also to the individual bot's parameter, where they're the same parameter. So now I don't want to adapt the non-optimizable parameters of the bot. So if b dot parameters I optimizable equals true, then we are going to do the adaptation. Okay, if it's false, you don't want to mess with them because there's probably some setting that the bot developer used. And I'm not going to deal with whether or not they're booleans or enumerations or anything like that. I'm just going to assume for the moment that they're double precision floating point values. And so I'm going to say the b dot parameters I dot value is equal, not equal, is changed by, I'm going to decrement it actually, the step size times the quantity of b dot parameter I dot value minus the distance to the best bot. Now if you reverse that, best dot parameters I dot value, so that's the distance between the two. If you reverse that to be best minus b dot parameters, then it would be plus equals over here. So, and I want to add some noise to that. So I'm going to plus the quantity jiggle, times the quantity b dot parameters I dot maximum minus the parameters minimum. So we're going to jiggle somewhere in between the minimum and the maximum. You could do it by distance. You can do it by whichever way you like. I'm having a hard time typing. Minimum. And that's times the random number. Dot next double. If you want a double precision number from that guy, you don't need to put parentheses. Minus 0.5 because the next double, I want a parenthesis here. Now let's see if I got that right. I don't see any errors in my list, so I think that's correct. So I'm going to build this project. Succeeded. I always like succeeding. And I come over here, I'm going to click on custom and add the plus, and yeah, 459, that's right now. And there he is. Towards best video. I move bots towards the best, and there's my different parameters. Now if I go get data, get some Cocoa data, and make sure my chart is not going to be updating. I want it to update every time so we can see. I push the go button and away she goes, and I can see that my bots are chasing each other as they're trying to identify and move towards the best. So in less than 15 minutes, we created a move towards best parameter adaptation scheme, which is the core of the particle swarm adaptation technology. We compiled it, we added it in, and we are running it successfully. So thank you very much for your time, and please take a look at some of the other videos. We have building a library of videos that you can use as a resource, as documentation, as how-tos in developing your own types of algorithms for Dakota 3. Thank you very much and have a great day.